What has it been now, guys? Roughly about what, 4 or 5 days since Donald Trump was convicted in that hush money trial. He was actually convicted, guys, and no one seems to know what he was actually guilty of. No one. Alvin Bragg, the judge, the jury, Donald Trump himself. The only thing that we know is that Donald Trump was found guilty. But guilty of what? That's the thing. Now, falsifying business records, that's a misdemeanor, and the statute of limitations were already up. Now, in my opinion, Donald Trump didn't even falsify a business record. I mean, he paid Michael Cohen. Why? Because Michael Cohen was his lawyer. That was a legal expense, and on the books, that's the way it was actually recorded. But oh no, Alvin Bragg said no. Donald Trump was committing a crime. He was trying to cover up for another crime, and Alvin Bragg himself has never actually named that crime. This is another reason, guys, why that whole trial was a sham. They just wanted to put the convicted felon label on President Trump. Nothing more. And it's kind of funny, guys, because when you ask people that hate Trump, okay, what was the crime? They stumble because they really don't know. Nobody knows. It's insane, man, that he was found guilty of a crime, but yet we don't know what that crime is. And New York City should be embarrassed to actually let that go through like that. Well, we need to talk about this progressive man that was on Piers Morgan. She was actually on there with Michael Knowles as well, and she was straight up asked, what crime did Donald Trump commit? And guess what, guys? She stumbled all over herself. Yeah, she doesn't even know, guys. But let's get into it, guys. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Remember, live stream every single Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. If watching on Rumble, click the join button to get access to the same thing. So, here we go, guys. What was the crime? Progressive activist has historic meltdown on Piers Morgan over simple question. Now, to me, in my opinion, guys, progressives, man, they're just not smart. They're not smart at all, man. And this woman right here that actually says, yeah, Donald Trump committed a crime. What's the crime? Yeah. Her name is Francesca Florentini. She melted down Monday on British journalist Piers Morgan show over a question about the verdict in former President Donald Trump's trial. Florentini appeared on Piers Morgan Uncensored to discuss Trump's guilty verdict on 34 felony counts from last week, which was brought forward by Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg. Now, Alvin Bragg really should actually come out and tell us what crime did Trump commit. He doesn't even know. But let's go ahead and watch this clip, guys, because this is astonishing, man. This is really, really astonishing right here. Let's go ahead and play it.
To send him to St. Helena, but this has absolutely nothing to do with the law. As was noted earlier, at most you're talking about a misdemeanor that would have already expired under the statute of limitations. I'm not even convinced that there was really a misdemeanor that Trump committed. So my fellow panelist here is celebrating that the rule of law has been vindicated and overturned 234 years of American legal tradition. I would challenge her to see if she could possibly articulate how and what crime Trump committed, because so far Alvin Bragg, the DA, has failed to do so. The judge in the case, Judge Merchan, has failed to do so, and they can't do it because Trump didn't commit any of the crimes for which he's been convicted.
Well, let's just ask quickly before I go to Kevin. Francesca, just on that point, what crime did Trump commit?
It was financial crimes. It was white collar crimes. That is exactly what they charged him. He was convicted on.
What was the crime?
It's New York State law.
I understand. What was the crime?
It is
Francesca
I don't even like it. It is
hang on,
literally
Mark,
he just got convicted on 34 counts.
Francesca, what was the crime?
Of like cooking the actual books.
What was the crime?
You are not allowed. So you are not allowed to use your own financial, like your own money, to pay off somebody, and then he logged it as something different. He logged it as just a regular payment, but he was actually paying off this star to keep quiet, which, if he hadn't been running for president, would not have mattered, but he was, and so it impacted campaign finance laws in New York State. Okay, that is what Juan Merchan just oversaw this. Alan Bragg brought these charges because Michael Cohen in Sixer was already sentenced to 3 years to do it.
Let's just go before Kevin. I'll be very, very, very patient. I will come to you.
Look, I'm no expert. Let me just say, hang on.
Francesca,
you are no expert. That's fine. The campaign finance laws of federal
Wow, she just said she's not an expert.
law.
Hang on,
Anyway.
Francesca. I want to go to Mark. You're the lawyer. Is anything Francesca just said, is that actually the crime?
Look, let me just say, I like Francesca a lot, and we probably agree on 80% of our worldviews. However, Francesca, the way you just described it, call me afterwards and I'll educate you, because that's not what happened. There was no theory that was given to the jurors. The jurors were told it could have been campaign finance, it could have been tax, it could have been false books. They were told they didn't have to specify, and specifically told they did not have to agree unanimously. That's what irks me. Lifelong Democrat, no fan of Trump, never voted for Trump, never will. But I will tell you, as somebody who has spent his entire career kind of taking on unpopular causes and holding the government accountable, I have to tell you, I do that for a reason. And the reason is this kind of shenanigans, and that's the best light I can spin it, in the criminal courts has no place in a federal election.
I don't mean to pick on Francesca too much here, but it's very telling that even the liberals who are going on television to defend this ruling have to Google in the breaks to figure out what the crime was, and even then, I'm sorry to say, misrepresent what the actual supposed crime was. The reason here that this has to take. Well, excuse me one second, Francesca. I'll just finish my point real quickly.
Cooking the books. That's the same thing.
Yeah. It's not a felony, not a crime. But anyway, that's a point for another time. The reason why even the great defenders of this conviction can't.
Oh God, happy Pride, really, man. You see, man, these progressives, man, they are really regressives, man. This woman's not smart. She is not smart, man. She's just going on. I guess she's Trump deranged, and she's just going along with the left-wing narrative. You got Democrats on there. A liberal say he no fan of Trump, never is going to vote for Trump, but even he disagreed with her. Even he disagreed with her, man. A dangerous precedent has been set in New York, man. And it's scary, man, because there are actually people out there that will believe like Francesca. I mean, man, how dumb can you be, man? What is the crime? This may be the first case ever, guys, where a supposed crime was committed. The person got convicted, but yet we don't know what the person was actually guilty of. This got to be a first, man. This got to be a first. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.